Survival mode is when every move you make is about just getting through the day, and that's not good enough. Paying the next bill, putting out the next fire, handling the next problem. It's like you never have time for yourself. There's no vision in survival mode. There's no creation in survival mode. The only thing that exists in survival mode is pressure. And pressure is exactly what keeps you reactive. You don't choose, you respond. You don't build, you code. You don't plan, you scramble. And that's how years of your life are disappearing so quick, because you always in a rush, but you're not getting nothing done or completed. And I had to check myself on the same situation, because I found myself doing the old things, speaking the same language, talking about the same problems, reacting to the same situations in the same way I always did. But I had to realize something. If I'm serious about changing my life, I can't keep thinking like the man that I've outgrown. The old me knows how to survive. He knows how to hustle. He makes things happen, but in all the wrong ways. He knows how to stress, and he knows how to work nonstop and still be behind. So why would I keep that version of me alive? I can't take him to where I'm going. Survival mode is very, very comfortable. That's why a lot of us stay there, because it feels good, because it's familiar. You know exactly how to navigate and how to operate. You know how to complain there. You know how to explain yourself there. Growth doesn't feel like that. Growth is uncomfortable. It's quiet. Growth feels slow at first. It's boring. It feels like you're not doing enough and things aren't moving fast enough. That's why people generally run back to survival mode, because it's easy and they're avoiding getting things done by being busy. Everything feels urgent. They're rushing decisions, making bad decisions, trying to take shortcuts just to catch their breath. Relief is not progress and never will be. And here's the truth nobody likes to hear. Wealth does not respond to urgency. It responds to clarity. And this is where I'm at right now in my own personal life in real time. That's why I got to speak to y'all where I'm at and where I'm from, because I can no longer acknowledge and chop it up with y'all about the past. So this is the avenue in the lane that I'm pretty much going to stay in. Because when you decide to change, your finances pause, your supports pause, everything that used to make you happy pauses, or at least you thought made you happy. All those wrong things that you did to make you feel right, and bad things that you used to do to make you feel good, all that's out the window. So you feel like everything is working against you. And during that time, there are going to be people, situations, and distractions outside of yourself that you have to lock yourself away from, because you got to ignore the noise. The only thing you can do is focus on what you believe you're becoming while you're becoming it. I don't speak on nothing I'm not standing on. That's why we're talking about this tonight. Because this is the cost it pays to be the boss. This is the real story of leaving your old self and old things behind. Day by day, you start realizing something more and more. You're not built like everybody else. You built different. You don't have time for bad news. You don't have time to entertain doubt. You don't have to stop to overthink every feeling that you've outgrown. This is all a part of the process. And my honest advice to everybody, do exactly what the science of getting rich tells you. Keep going. You cannot entertain failure on any level. The moment you do, you're working against yourself. Because according to the science of getting rich, which is now my favorite book and the only book I'm going to read until I get everything I want, because that's what it's telling me to do. You have to think different. You have to move different. And it's not just about money, it's a mindset. I had to stop panicking and stop rehearsing worst case scenarios. Stop talking about what wasn't working. And we're all guilty of that. And once I cleared all of that out, I could finally think. And when you start thinking clearly, you're dangerous, but in a good way. Survival mode hates clarity because clarity kills old habits. And that's why the old you is fighting the new you so hard, fighting to stay in the picture. Because every time you slow down to think long term, that old version of you panics. And it tells you you don't have time for this. You need to hurry up. You're not moving fast enough. You're falling behind. That's fear trying to stay in control of your life, your decision, your thoughts, and your movements. I'm not interested in fear running my life anymore. I'm not interested in reacting, arguments. I'm not interested in any type of drama. I'm not interested in staying busy just to feel like I'm being productive. I'm in this for results, strictly results. And those results can only come from creation, not survival. Because creation requires calm. Creation requires focus. It requires discipline. Survival mode, it goes against all three of those. It wants you to be wild and free. But you ain't got time for that. You got to step outside of survival mode in order to change. You stop rushing. You stop explaining yourself. You stop chasing relief. You start moving with intention instead. And that's when the doors start to open. Because you building your life brick by brick with intention. And you're doing all you can do in a day. Not because you're forced to, but because you finally have the awareness to realize what's going on and how things work. Survival mode keeps your eyes on lack. Creation mode is based on abundance and building. You can't have both. You got to pick a side. The old you will fight you to the nail. He'll remind you of past failures. He'll bring up all your fears, your shortcomings, try to keep you thinking small. That's normal. That's the old version trying to survive because he knows his time is up. You don't argue with that voice. You simply outgrow it. I tell mine to have 2 seats because I don't rock with you no more. Every time you choose calm over panic, you weaken survival mode. Every time you act deliberately instead of emotionally, you take control back. This isn't about pretending life is easy. It's about refusing to let pressure define you the way it used to. You don't fold, you adjust. I'm not in survival mode anymore, and I don't want you to be in survival mode either. We need to be in builder mode. That means thinking before you move, moving with purpose, and pushing all fears aside. If life feels heavy right now, hear this. That weight isn't to break you. It's for you to make a choice to dismiss that old version of yourself and build muscles you never had to uplift that new version of yourself, because you can't keep surviving. You have to start building. That's why you up against all these challenges. See it for what it is. You gonna fold or are you gonna grow? Because surviving is struggling to stay alive, while creation changes your life for the better. The old you is not good for you. You cannot take that person into the rooms you're about to walk in. So you got to cut survival mode off and build deliberately and never look back. If you found value in this tonight, do me a solid, grab one of my books in the description or click on that link and buy me a cup of coffee. Either will be appreciated to support this channel, because I plan on keeping us going strong and growing strong. If you walked away with more value than you walked in with before you clicked on this channel, and we brighten your day, just letting you know we appreciate you for giving us your time. And as always, we'll be back with more. So stay tuned. But as always, for now, we're going to end it like we always do. All gas, no brakes. Lock in. Peace.